It's time for the English news edition broadcasting for Burundi National Television. I am Evariste Nyanguru on the presentation. Welcome. Headlines first. The former Burundian Prime Minister Gervais Ndirakobucha was elected Speaker of the Burundian Senate Chamber. His first vice is General Ndanganya, the second Deputy Speaker Clotilde Kamimba. All of them were elected by the senators with 100% of the votes. After the election of the Bureau of the Presidency of Burundian Senate this Tuesday during the plenary session, the senators proceeded to approve the nomination of Nestor Ntahontuye to the position of Prime Minister. He was unanimously confirmed. In the afternoon then, the new Prime Minister Nestor Ntahontuye saw in front of the head of state Evariste Ndayishimiye, Burundian National Assembly and Burundian Senate. He took an oath to uphold the Constitution of the Republic, abide by other legal provisions, and safeguard the integrity of the national territory. These were headlines. Welcome now in details. Honorable Gervais Ndirakobucha was elected Speaker of the Burundian Senate Chamber by the senators of the 2025-2030 legislature. He was elected with 100% of the votes. His first vice is Honorable General Ndanganya, also elected with 100% of the votes. The second is Clotilde Kamimba, who likewise received 100% of the votes. On this Tuesday, also after the election of the Bureau at the President of the Burundian Senate during the plenary session, the senators proceeded to approve the nomination of Nestor Ntahontuye to the position of Prime Minister. He was unanimously confirmed. In the afternoon of this Tuesday also, the new Prime Minister Nestor Ntahontuye was sworn in front of the head of state Evariste Ndayishimiye and Burundian National Assembly and Burundian Senate. He took an oath to uphold the Constitution of Burundi, abide by other legal provisions. LC Orokamukama has details.
Holding a Burundi flag with his right hand, the new Prime Minister Nestor Ntahontuye has sworn in front of the head of state Evariste Ndayishimiye.
Imbere y'Imana mushobora vyose, imbere y'umukuru w'igihugu, imbere y'inama nshingamateka,
in front of the Almighty God, in front of the head of state, in front of the National Assembly and the Senate, Nestor Ntahontuye, Prime Minister, I swear faithfulness to the National Unity Charter, Burundi Constitution, and the other legal texts. I promise to work for the interests of Burundi and Burundians in respecting national charter, peace and justice for all. I promise to fight against any discrimination and to promote human rights. Signed in the Constitution Register, where present to those ceremonies the National Assembly as well as the Senate speakers, the Vice President, the Supreme Court President, diplomatic corps representatives to Bujumbura, Defense Corps members, as well as the police members and others. Note that those ceremonies were closed by a photo with the head of state Evariste Ndayishimiye with his Vice President Prosper Bazombanza.
Thank you, LC, for your report. The Burundian head of state, Evariste Ndayishimiye, is calling on the security forces to preserve peace and security throughout the country, stressing that these elements are essential to achieving the development goals of Burundi Vision 2040-2060. He also emphasized the importance of ethics, discipline, and respect for human rights in their duties in order to strengthen the trust between the population and the security forces. He made this call on this Tuesday during the graduation ceremony of 206 police officers at the Higher Police Institute in Mitakataka Bubanza commune. Jiva Ndayishimiye with the details.
During these ceremonies, 260 new recruits from the 9th intake officially joined the Higher Institute of Police Among them were 5 chaplains. During the same event, 18 officers from the 4th intake, including 2 chaplains, took the oath before the President of the Republic, Evariste Ndayishimiye, before officially joining the ranks of the National Police. Placing their right hand on the national flag, they pledged to serve the nation with loyalty and discipline. The event was held under the theme "The Higher Institute of Police, a Source of Peace and Security in Burundi." The director of the Higher Institute of Police praised the achievement of the institution since its creation in 1981. However, he appealed to the head of state for support in expanding infrastructure to accommodate more students and to provide adequate housing for trainers. Police Major Dr. Pamphile Mpabansi also requested presidential support for the introduction of master's and PhD training programs in addition to the existing bachelor level courses. Police Major General Joseph Neretse, Inspector General of the National Police, urged the new recruits and all officers to fulfill their duties diligently in order to eradicate crime. The President of the Republic of Burundi, Evariste Ndayishimiye, congratulated the law enforcement agencies for their commitment to the national security. He encouraged the new recruits to actively contribute to the country's stability in line with the vision of an emerging Burundi by 2040 and a developed nation by 2060. As a token of appreciation, the National Police offered 2 cows to the head of state.
Fine, let's proceed our news edition in the environment sector. As part of the week dedicated to environmental protection, the ministry responsible for agriculture and livestock carried out a field visit this Tuesday in Bujumbura to assess the use of bins designed for non-biodegradable waste, particularly plastic bottles. Christian Mubona, Director General in charge of the environment, explained that following the installation of these bins, a legal provision was enacted to penalize anyone who disposes of such waste outside of the appropriate areas. Jacksoida Kose has details.
During our visit to various neighborhoods in the city of Bujumbura, where bins for non-biodegradable waste are installed, we observed that some of them were already full, while others still had space to receive more waste. Christian Mubona, the Director General in charge of environment, stated that the installation of these bins was necessary as they are fulfilling their purpose in most locations. However, there is no loss without a thorns. Some street sweepers are collecting mixed waste along with the plastics without sorting them properly before disposing of them in the designated locations. Regarding those who continue to
The official launch of the Burundi Green Export Project took place this Tuesday and is headed by the Ministry of Trade in collaboration with the SSTC Group. As highlighted by the Director of SSTC, the objective of the project is to support farmers in accelerating the green transformation and facilitating access to international markets for Burundian agriculture products. Let's now go just in politics then now. Yes, sir. The members of the C&D political party are urged never to forget their distinguished fallen heroes who left a significant mark on their time and to work tirelessly for the development of the country that gave them birth. This was a message issued by Secretary General of the C&D party, Reverend Ndikurio, on Monday during the ceremony marking the 10th anniversary of the passing of the late Adolphe Nshimiyimana. The event took place at the Polytechnic University of Gitega, IPG in French acronym. Let's proceed our news in education. This Tuesday in the economic capital city, the enrollment of first-year pupils for basic school took place. Parents responded to the call from the city education department to come and register their school-aged children. As our colleagues observed, the registration process varied from one school to another. A report by Rogie Gatogato, our colleague.
This Tuesday was scheduled for the registration of 7-year-old children entering the first year of fundamental school. We visited several schools in the communes of Mukaza, Nahangwa and Mugele. In some schools in Mukaza commune, such as Kabondo Fundamental School and Basin 1 and 2 Fundamental Schools, the registration process was underway, but the turnout of parents was low. In the Nahangwa commune, a large number of parents were observed at Butelele 2 Fundamental School. A particularity at this school was that 6-year-old children could not be admitted. Still in Nahangwa, at Milango 1 school, the registration process went smoothly, as confirmed by the school's headmistress, Josephine Sifa. Parents were required to present a birth certificate, extract, or baptism card for their children to be registered. We also went to Musaga 1 Fundamental School located in Mugere Commune, where 3 first-year teachers were mobilized for the registration process. At Musaga 3, the situation was similar. However, in this school, some parents expressed dissatisfaction over the refusal to register their children due to the non-payment of the 4,500 Burundi francs required by the administration. The headmistress, Claudine Kaneza, explained that these fees were intended for the purchase of sanitary paper. When asked about the decision to organize the registration in a single day, Fidelite Nibigira, Director of Education for the city of Bujumbura, explained that this choice aimed to discourage parents from enrolling their children in several schools at the same time. She further invited parents whose children were not registered this Tuesday to go to the schools to have them enrolled and instructed the school headmasters to welcome these children. She also urged the school administrators who demand payment during this operation to abandon this bad practice, whatever the reason, reminding them that all children must be registered free of charge.
Dear viewers of Burundi Nation Television, it's by here we wrap up our edition. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.